you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I deliver it every day. We have a very focused show. No laughing allowed.
I can't help myself.
We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me. Please join me in welcoming our featured guest.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And I do too.
Repeat offender Lisa Dunn is in the house.
Yay, thank you.
Welcome.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. You got to find the fun stuff of these celebrations, and sometimes it even takes my computer a little while. My computer, I think maybe it's getting to be like me. It's just a little bit old.
A little slow.
Is this Monday morning or what? I mean, I'm watching this computer.
You are a little slow. It's Wednesday.
Is it really? Well, something obviously I am moving slower than... Well, maybe I'm not moving slower than normal. Maybe this is the normal pace that I move at. But we're eventually the computer will wake up and tell me what we're going to celebrate today. But maybe we'll just look at what the markets are doing.
Can you do that?
Do we want to look at what the markets are doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
It has been an ugly, ugly day in the market. Down 489 points right now.
Ow.
NASDAQ is down 132. S&P 500 down 51. Not a pleasant day to be in the stock market unless, of course, you are out there buying stocks. If you are a wise trader, and one of the wise things that wise traders do is they always have some cash available so they can buy on days like this. The fascinating thing is that some people are out there selling today. They're looking, what can I sell? What do I need to get rid of? Wise traders, they're not doing that today. They're out there looking and saying, what will the market allow me to buy? Because everything is on sale. We're going to talk about why everything is on sale a little later in the broadcast. We might even, being that I'm kind of jumpy, going back and forth on things today, we might have to go into some different avenues, different areas to watch what is happening. But obviously with our Facebook challenges this morning, we're not doing a whole lot good on there, but we will continue. Hey, if you're trying to get the broadcast, the video version of the broadcast, RonSiegelRadio.tv, RonSiegelRadio.tv. We're always live there. We kind of control that site a little bit better than the Facebook site. The Zuckerbergs don't really care what I have to say. Just throw that out there. Of course, then again, a whole lot of people don't care what I have to say. But we are looking, I did see that there is some celebrations out there for the day today. Let's take a look at what they are. Maybe the problem here is when I restarted this computer this morning, maybe there's too many apps open. But celebrating today, let's see, we've got... National Produce Misting Day.
Oh, you like when you go in there and you go to grab the lettuce and then the water goes off on you?
Start spraying on you,
yeah.
Exactly.
Is that what we're celebrating?
That's a celebration.
We're celebrating that.
I can say that this next one does hit home in my family. Today is National Custodial Workers Recognition Day, since my son is a custodian at Disneyland.
Cheers to Mitch.
Cheers to Mitch. Now, Lisa, you may have done this one.
I'm a little worried.
With good cause.
Ooh.
National Name Your Car Day.
You know what? No, I've never named my car.
Never named your car?
No. Have you named your car?
No. I'm just glad that it shows up.
I'm glad it keeps moving.
Exactly.
That's right.
National Pumpkin Seed Day.
Maybe in a salad.
Exactly. Here's a good one. I like this one. National Coffee with a Cop Day. That's a good one. First Wednesday of October. But
as long as they're not pulling me over to the side of the road to do it.
Right. Well, if you give them a cup of coffee, maybe they won't give you the ticket.
I better keep some donuts in my car.
There we go. Okay, and then we got two more. This one here, some of us did this. We did it uphill both ways in the snow.
Wait a second, what?
Uphill both ways in National Walk to School Day. You didn't walk uphill both ways in the snow?
I thought you were talking about something else. Okay.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Having beaten anorexia, though, you kind of could guess where I'm going to go with this one. Right? Today is also National Fried Scallops Day.
Ooh.
So we'll stick with National.
I'll go celebrate that.
Right? Fried scallops have a little.
What you doing after the show, Ron?
Have vodka martini and.
Is it National Vodka Martini Day?
No, but that's every day.
You just want to have that with the fried
That's every day,
scallops.
isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look at the markets. Dow Jones, as I mentioned earlier, down almost 500 points right now. S&P 500 down 52. NASDAQ down 135. Now, here's a big benefit for those of you who are thinking about buying stock today. Now, this is a big benefit. I don't know if you saw this one in the news. It really didn't affect some of us who really don't care about these issues, but TD Ameritrade matched Charles Schwab. They're going to finally charge you what their services are worth. Free. So starting Thursday, TD Ameritrade, U.S. brokerage firm, will charge 0 commissions for online stock and ETF trades. The clients trading options are going to pay 65 cents a contract. Not that I want to be a honk or anything, but I do play the option market quite a bit. They're going to 65 cents a contract. That's 65 cents in, 65 cents out. Go to our friends over at Tastyworks. They're $1 in, nothing out. So just throw that in there.
I bet you just like them for their name.
Exactly.
That's right.
When it comes tasty, something.
Tasty
It is what it is.
Tastyworks. It works. Moving right along, we are definitely going downhill quickly today. Five things in the... It's talking about downhill. We should make a comment this morning, not that we ever wish ill on anybody, but I did see a note.
Say something bad about me?
Not this time, not yet.
Okay.
Well, let's go a little bit later, okay? So we did see earlier today that there was a little bit of sad news from the... Maybe it's good news from the campaign trail. Bernie Sanders had to leave the campaign trail. Chest pains, had a couple of stents put in, some blockage there. So even though we don't agree with his politics, certainly wish him well. But I find it fascinating that there is no timetable for his return. That was a little interesting to me. Why? If you're trying to exude confidence, would you say there's no timetable for his return? May not be quite the way that many of us would do that, but hey, the Bern does things his own way. He did come in second, I noticed, in those people that have reported their fundraising for the third quarter. Bernie Sanders, $25 million in fundraising. I did find it very fascinating also to see who's donating to Bernie. Right, school teachers, they're the big ones giving to Bernie. I'm not sure why the school teachers are giving so much to Bernie, but that who his biggest donors are. I also noticed it's fascinating if you are into this sort of statistic things, and I am. The president raised more money in the third quarter than all of the Democrats combined, based on the numbers that are out so far. See what happens there. Just moving right along, seeing what's going on in the market. How about Mark Zuckerberg? He's a big fan, apparently, of Elizabeth Warren. Now, I don't understand this one. Zuckerberg owns a public company, not a government sector company. Does anybody else question the fact is why does he sell advertising to Elizabeth Warren when they're such bitter enemies? Wouldn't it make sense to you? I mean, if I have somebody that I don't like doing... Lisa, do you do business with only people that you like? Somebody really gets under your skin, are you going to continue doing business with them?
We have to sometimes. We just kind of have to sometimes.
Do you really?
In my business? Yes.
Okay, so you can keep coming on the show. I know you don't like me.
I
But
know.
But you know something, I've gotten to the point, you know something, if there are people that, you know, maybe a single transaction, but on an ongoing basis.
Well, yeah.
I'm not gonna have
my job is basically cat wrangler, and sometimes the cats are nice cats, and other times the cats aren't so nice.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just look at it and say, you know something, I have no problem referring people out. If I don't get along or don't have a good vibe with somebody, I have no problem giving them, you know, referring them to another lender.
Like my clients are good clients. I don't have problems with my clients. Sometimes it's the peripheral people that I'm dealing with that I have the problems.
Yeah, and those sometimes we just don't have a choice on.
We don't have a choice on it.
I get what you're saying, and those are the one. You know, I did. I came up with a thought on them, but I got in trouble the last time I said it. Yeah, it didn't go over so well. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we are going to get word on the street from Lisa Dunn. She's been traveling all over.
I thought we were going to go across the street with a microphone and just like interview people.
Interview people, yeah.
God, that would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? They might start laughing at both of us, but I'm used to it.
What else is new?
Are you used to them laughing at you? Throw that out there. 4 tips to improve your home and save on your energy bill. Does deferring student loans affect credit? Does this big stock market drop? Is it because of the recession? And what is that going to mean to housing prices? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel Radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs, the products for you. Give me a call, 800-306-1990. Be happy to put you in touch with our friends at Gold Star. Dow Jones Industrial Average, now it's down 525 points. And I am a little delayed there. The NASDAQ down 144 points, S&P 500. That one's going southbound on us as well, 51.53. U.S. 10-year Treasury, that one is down as well, down just a little bit, 5 basis points to 1.59. Mortgage-backed securities, those are up 16 basis points, which means home loan interest rates are down today. I like to see the home loan interest rates going down. The question becomes, why is all of this happening? Well, it all started about I'm looking at the clock right now, about 26 hours ago. I do math pretty quick in my head. That's when the ISM manufacturing report came out, and it was lower than expected, actually showing that manufacturing in contraction in the U.S. The jobs were there was not as much manufacturing. Very, very weak number. The market took a big turn downward. If you remember yesterday morning, I told you, market was up. That report came out on the ISM number. Market went from up 100 to down 100. Ended up that day down significantly. Today we see the same thing. The ADP jobs report, the employment report, came out. 135,000 jobs created in the month of September, weaker than the expectations of 152,000. Last month's 195,000 figure was revised lower by 38,000 to 157,000. So we're seeing the jobs numbers coming back down. I told you we were looking at a little bit of a recession on the horizon. We're going to see the big jobs report comes out on Friday, so we're going to watch that one. Small companies, they're still hiring 30,000 people. Mid-sized companies up 39,000 people. Large companies up 67,000 people. Mortgage Bankers Association reported their numbers. Refinances, they are way, way up right now. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that interest rates are down. I'm still telling our private clients, hey, you know something? Let's increase your interest rate just a little bit. Take advantage of the market right now. Do a no-cost loan. Anybody that tells you that there's such a thing as a no-cost loan is lying to you. Costs have to be built in somewhere. Every cost does. So even like I told you, Schwab and TD Ameritrade are not charging for trades. They're charging somewhere else. That's how it works. So that's all the good news or news on the market. But remember, we talked about this significantly yesterday. If you missed this yesterday, we did chat about it in depth. Just because there is a recession on the horizon, that does not mean housing crash. And I'm going to be on a call right after the broadcast today, probably arguably one of the most influential people in all of residential real estate on the national level.
But I'm here.
Second most.
Oh, okay.
Ivy Zellman is going to be on a call with us. Peter Bookvar is going to be on a call with us right after this broadcast, get an indication of where some of these issues are heading. We'll be able to report on that tomorrow with you. But that is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. So let's see what's going on in the world of government and politics and real estate. Where do they intersect? Lisa Dunn, Laurel Real Estate Services, is in the house.
Is that what we're talking about today?
Back from your world travels.
Yeah, let's see. Where was I?
I think I saw online that you were in Chicago for a little while.
No.
Sacramento?
September, I was in Colorado.
Okay.
And I was in Los Angeles for a week at the California Association of Realtor State meetings. And
I know what you were doing in Colorado. We know that part of it. That's a given right there. We don't
Actually, I think there's more of that going on in L.A.
it wouldn't surprise me. But there's a restaurant, I think it was in LA, that just opened up that it's that smoking is legal there. Fascinating.
Tell me how it is, Ron.
Well, you know something? This is California, so in California...
Those fried scallops are sounding really good right now, huh?
That fascinating part about California, I don't know if you saw this story yesterday came out, that you can now get free needles, but you cannot vape. Illegal to vape in, I think it's in Los Angeles, the scented vaping, but they'll give you free needles for your, whatever you need to use your needles for. Something's a little backwards here, but back to, we digress. So the news of real estate sounds to me, that everything I've heard lately and the big question marks that come to me, all seem to center around rent control.
Rent control, rent control, rent control. Yes, AB 1482. That's the new state law. We do not believe it has been signed yet. I'm sure that the governor will find somewhere to hold that, kind of like what he did on the college sports thing.
He went on LeBron James' show for that one.
I don't think LeBron James really wants to do anything with rent control, though, but, hey, go Clippers, right?
Who?
Hey, you said sports.
Clippers?
Yeah.
Is that a professional team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Okay.
just.
This could be a fun show once basketball season starts now.
Absolutely.
So, what did you think about baseball last night?
Who played?
National League wild card.
Oh, see, the Angels are out of it.
Guys, I'm trying to talk sports with them. It's just not working here.
Once the Angels are out of it, of course, the Angels were out of it by the end of April last year.
I was going to say spring training around.
Yeah, exactly. Of course,
poor Mike Trout.
Yeah, poor Mike Trout. But something. Maybe Artie eventually will get an idea that pitching wins games.
Yeah.
Right. If you spend a little money on pitching instead of. If you remember Josh Hamilton, I think when he was on the team.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he brought a new. That was his walk-up music. We don't need his walk-up music. Come on now. They've got a general manager.
Such an idiot.
Yeah.
I got rid of the coach.
Yeah, Mike Scioscia's gone.
No. Isn't the new guy gone?
Yeah, he's gone too.
Yeah.
Well, but he was mediocre before he got to the Angels.
I know.
I mean, at least Scioscia had no record. That was better. He came from your Dodgers, though.
Dodgers?
Rent control. What's going on in rent control?
I want to still talk about the Dodgers? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know something? I kind of chuckle about Dodger fans. They all talk about the great Dodgers.
Well, the Dodgers have had their sucky times, too.
Yeah, I think they haven't won a championship this century yet, have they?
No, they tried to torture me because, see, I'm always somewhere on the road, usually at the end of the World Series. So
that's okay. The Dodgers are out of town then, too.
Yeah. Last year was pretty sad. I rolled into Boston the afternoon right after they had the parade and was kicking the confetti down the street, and that was painful. But, okay, back to rent control.
Rent control. It says here the governor is expected to sign this, but he has not done it as of yet.
I can't imagine any reason why he wouldn't. He's probably just trying to find the forum to sign it.
Well, I think there's the Midnight Mission is available.
It's too crowded. I can't make their way.
Can't get in there, huh? He'd fit right in.
Yeah, it's
okay. So tell me about this. I keep hearing different stories about what is real and what is imagined.
I think that there's a lot of misinformation going on right now. It was misguided at best. Pretty much, what I've heard, first year economics class, they'll usually point to rent control not working, that it's good immediately for a few, but in the long run, bad for most or not all. And I think that it's a misguided effort. We've got issues in the state. There's issues all over the country, but we have issues in the state with affordable housing, homelessness, transitional housing.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You better get ready to handle the truth. Okay. We have a lot of problems on a lot of fronts.
Right.
And I think that by putting through a bill quickly for rent control was somebody's effort to think that it's going to make it more affordable.
That would be David Chu.
Yeah, and honestly, considering I'm probably your 180-degree opposite on political thinking, I don't think it was a good idea. The California Association of Realtors worked very hard to be sure that there was carve-outs for single-family residents, mom-and-pop landlords. Some of that kind of got lost in the conversation, but we were successful in fighting for that. So if you're family type investor, you can still own condos and single family homes and rent those out, and you are not subject to the rent control laws as I know it as of right now. That we're just now getting documentation put out as to what the real guidelines were. There was some misinformation that mom and pop landlords could own up to 10 properties, and then once you hit 10, then it applied, the rent control laws applied to you. I just heard when I was in Los Angeles that no, that's a myth. You can own as many as you want. There is a rental cap of 5% plus inflation. When you start adding that up, that's 7 or 8% a year, and that's a lot of money. And there's landlords out there that may not have thought about raising their rent that much, and now it could be used as a guideline instead of a limit, which is really not going to help the people that are out there in the large corporate apartments. And basically this applies to corporate landlords, LLCs, trusts that are being used as a shell for a corporation. We're waiting for guidance on the trust aspect, because a lot of families will hold properties in a trust. They're saying that trust have to abide by the new laws. However, we don't have real clarification on that. Is it only corporate trust, or is it, family trust? So there's a lot going on out there right now.
You mean in California they wrote a bill that wasn't clear? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that there was a bill in California that wasn't crystal clear? That one, Gomer comes back from the dead for that.
Surprise!
Well, it's a common problem, I think, in the states, on a federal level. People just want to get laws on the books just so they can say they got a law on the books, and they don't really take the time to say, how is this going to impact things? In fact, one of the...
well, that's the whole issue right there, is that, and if they were smart, and I don't say most politicians, I say most politicians are not smart, right? They would take a group like the California Association of Realtors, and I know the California Association of Realtors and the apartment owners didn't quite see eye to eye on all of this.
Yeah,
but the big part of it that I wanted to get to, and we'll talk about this when we come back, is there's a lot of experience there, and there's a lot of political perspective there, right? And if they would listen to some of the people that actually know what the heck they're doing, and most politicians don't, right, they probably would have written a better bill, but we'll talk about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. We will also chat a little bit about tips to improve your home and save on your energy bill. All that and more. You can reach me anytime off air, number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime. At 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. If you already found that dream home, how about the Home Digest? Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Get that digest. Tell you what the county recorder knows about your property. It also tells you what the market believes about your property. Tips to improve your home and save on your energy bill. By making a few key upgrades to your home, you'll save on your utility bills and improve the energy efficiency of your home. When you're ready to sell your house, these key features will make it even more attractive to potential buyers. As a homeowner, it's important to keep your home running efficiently, not only to save money, but also to help the environment thrive. October 2nd is Energy Efficiency Day. Perfect time to think about making some key upgrades that will improve the efficiency of your home. If you're looking to sell your house and increase the pool of potential buyers in your market, the upgrades we're going to talk about are a must. According to Wallet Hub in the U.S., energy costs between 5 and 22% of a family's total after-tax income. What should you spend on utilities? Well, Money Management says if you're working with a budget, and trust me, you should be, your utility costs should be no more than 8 to 10% of your monthly income. How can you make your home more efficient? EnergyEfficiencyDay.org gives you some handy tips that can help you improve the energy efficiency of your home. A couple of them: make the switch to LED, seal the leaks, heating and cooling efficiency, maintain your HVAC system. Those are 4 of them right there. I got the smart home stuff, and I don't know anything about being electrical or handy. I can plug the thing into the socket, it works. Plug it in, it works. How does it work? I don't know, but it works. Right? So it's cut our electric bill down a ton by just some of the different issues. And by making a few key upgrades to your home, you'll save on your utilities and bills and improve the energy efficiency of your home. It's probably the only thing in my house that's efficient. When you're ready to sell your house, these key features will make it even more attractive to potential buyers. Let's get together and chat about what you're looking for when it comes to energy efficient options. That is the real-time real estate segment. Again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find that dream home before someone else does. And find out what the market knows about your home, what the county recorder knows about your home. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Chatting this morning, Lisa Dunn is in the house. Laurel Real Estate Services.
Resources.
Damn. You know something? I think last time you had to correct me on that one too,
I have
didn't
to
you?
correct you a lot.
Eventually, resources?
Laurel Real Estate Resources.
Resources. Well, you know something? I'm going to write it on here again, and that way I can make a mistake next time too. Well, but I'm efficient at that. I do that on a regular basis.
Yeah, yeah, just like getting me my little billboards to advertise.
Yeah, oh yeah, that one's
Yeah.
Josh, if you're listening, we got to get billboards to Lisa.
Yes.
So we'll have that. I got a guy for that.
Got a guy for that.
Got a guy for that. We're gonna talk to Josh about getting those things out a little bit better. We used to do that a lot, all the time. I
know, because we had that one last year with my Halloween picture.
No, I'm not even going to go there. That can only cause me trouble because I do remember it.
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about rent control.
Rent control.
You know, and I spoke with one of the government affairs people from local here that I guess goes and serves on the board or represents one of the local boards. And he was
boards. How many times can you use the word board in that sentence?
I don't know. I'm getting bored with this whole time. And you know, he was telling me that the association did try to get some changes put in, and obviously knowing better and having all the answers, as do so many politicians, they didn't want to accept those.
Well, it's a fight of the lobbyist. You know, that's really where it kind of.
So it's Cara lobbyist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, CAR's lobbyist, NAR's lobbyist. You know, we're the voice of the homeowners, and
So who's the voice of the home renter?
That's where I kind of have an issue, because we represent tenants as well as we do landlords. So we have to be careful not to talk out of both sides of our mouth.
Right.
And that's been kind of an issue that I have. You know, I can see where, you know, we want to protect landlords. You know, I think one of the things that they did that was good on the bill was just cause eviction, which landlords do not like, because they, you know, you should be able to throw somebody out of, you know, a place for whatever reason you want. Well, now you have to actually have a reason. And, you know, honestly, I kind of like that, because, you know, it's you know, I watch a lot of people sit here and panic saying, oh my God, you know, I was, you know, leasing this place and now it's just like, get out. And it's like, where do I go? What do I do? And in a situation like what we've been facing, you know, a lot of people knew that this rent caps were going to be coming down the road, and a lot of landlords have been increasing their rents preemptively. In fact,
Sure.
I believe the Los Angeles Apartment Association did a survey of their members, and 49% of them said that they had increased their rents, knowing that this was going to be coming down the pipe. Now, there's also some
Now,
stuff.
what is just cause eviction? So if I buy a new property and I actually want to move into it, but it's rented now, can I take over that property and when the current tenant's lease expires, or
That's one of those things that I'm waiting for direction on, because right now it has to be like they, you know, don't pay rent. They're selling drugs in the unit. They violate their lease terms somehow, like maybe moving a couple of extra people in without saying something. You know, it has to be an actual cause, or the owner can say, I am going to, I want to say move immediate family in. I'm not sure on that one. But do major renovation, and then that way they can move them out, but then they have to pay 1 month's rent as relocation assistance to those tenants. So there's a lot of fuzzy stuff going on right now. Hopefully in the next month or so we're going to get some better guidelines, because everybody's trying to figure it out.
So how do you? I don't. Maybe you don't even know this answer. How do you get guidelines from the? You know, they write a bill. Everybody reads it. Guidelines generally come from the courts.
Well, I think a lot of it is like for realtors, we have I think it's like a 14-page question and answer paper that's already been put out by the legal team. But even the legal team's still trying to figure out some of the fine points. They were briefing us at the meetings last week, and a lot of it was stay tuned. We're still trying to figure out how this is going to play out.
Isn't that exciting? So we've got a law that we're supposed to adhere to, and
Well,
nobody
it's
knows.
not law until January 1st. So we've got time to, educate ourselves a little bit more on it. So I would just say, if you're a landlord out there, especially if you're holding properties as a corporation or an LLC or in more of a corporate trust, you might want to get with your attorney and, make a plan accordingly, what you need to do to be sure that you're abiding by the law. Mom and pop landlords, which are mainly what most of the realtors are dealing with, you don't really have too much to worry about, but you may want to consult somebody for some legal advice to be sure that you're doing everything that you need to be doing to protect yourself.
If the law goes into effect on the 1st of January, some of you may want to reach out to my friend Todd Halterman. He does help people with leaving the state of California, selling your property without doing a 1031 exchange and not paying taxes legally. So there are some other options there. I know a lot of people are doing it. We had Paul Chabot was on our broadcast a couple of times.
Well, there's still good money to be made on rental properties in California. That's why the rents are increasing disproportionately versus the inflation rates. So, this is also a good time for a lot of renters to maybe consider becoming homeowners.
Sure.
As long as you realize going from a like-to-like situation, if you're in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, consider going into a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo. And
not the 4-bedroom house with a white picket fence and a pool.
Everybody thinks that, I have to go from what I'm in to something huge when you're going to buy a house. You can, upgrade maybe a little bit or something, but the interest rates are so reasonable right now. And
exactly.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad somebody's happy about that. And there's more inventory out there on the market. I mean, inventory levels have actually dropped a little bit. And I know you wanted to talk about this upcoming recession.
We're going to
said.
I'm glad you. Great segue.
Yeah, you like that?
We're going to talk about the recession when we come back. How is it going to affect you?
Recession.
We'll chat about that. Something everybody knows it's coming, so we're not going to hide the fact that an economic slowdown is on the horizon. We'll talk about it. Does deferring student loans affect your credit? We'll talk about that as well. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you.
Oh, wait a second. Shame on you. They can't find it today.
It's no, we got to post it on Facebook. You can just link right over to YouTube where you can actually get real video. Facebook. I'll probably be in Facebook jail for saying that. But anytime, reach me anytime, 800-306-1990. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com. Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime. At 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 in your Credit Matters segment today, being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has these solutions for you. You just need to give us a call at 800-306-1990. Go to the website, CreditSanitizer.com. Jeff Sipes is our friend over there, Blue Water Credit. Takes care of people in a big, big way and helps them get their credit reports corrected. Many times when a credit report is corrected, the scores go up. Does deferring student loans affect credit, with the average student loan debt for 2017 graduates creeping up to $28,650? The total student debt hitting $1.52 million and climbing. Those big payments are budget busters for millennials and Gen Xers alike. One option to delay paying your student loan debt is to take out a deferment. But how does deferring student loans affect credit? The short answer, it does not. But there are still some things to be aware of when it comes to deferments, forbearances, and your credit score. So what is a deferment? Real quickly, it's basically just putting on hold the payments. You're not late because you've put your payments on hold for one reason or another. What happens if you defer your student loans? They keep accumulating interest. You got to pay them back later on. How long can you defer them? Depends on what you're doing. If you're in school, you might be able to defer them while you're still in school. Financial hardship up to 3 years. There's also private loan companies that offer student loan deferments. How does it affect your credit? It doesn't affect your credit scores at all. It may affect your debt-to-income ratios, because what ends up happening is the lenders, if you're looking to buy a house, they have to put in something for that number. So they're going to put a implied number in there for you. May or may not be to your benefit. That's the Your Credit Matters segment, again brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. So we do know for certain, I shouldn't say we know for certain that a large number of people, a majority of the American population, believes that there is a recession on the horizon. About 55% of the people is the last number who believe that, or 50, maybe it's 57%, believe that there's a recession on the horizon. What is a recession, though? It's basically just an economic slowdown or negative growth for 2 consecutive quarters. Slowing down of the economy, that's the basis of it. But what triggers a recession? And here's what people believe are the triggers, according to Pulseonomics. The smart people, supposedly, 100 economists. We have a friend that's probably, I know, that used to be part of this. I don't know who's over there now, but Essia Debe used to be part of the Pulseonomics survey, late Essia Debe. Top 5 possible triggers of the next recession. Ready for these?
I'm ready.
Trade policy, number 1. I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
Stock market correction, number 2. Geopolitical event, number 3.
Yeah.
Monetary policy, number 4. Corporate debt downgrade, number 5. The bottom 5. Of course, when you have top 10, you have a top 5, bottom 5, you just keep going in number. Fiscal policy, number 6. Other economic factors, number 7. Political gridlock, number 8. Housing slowdown, number 9. So housing is not going to be the trigger for a recession like it was in 2008.
Not even close. Not even close. I think personally, if there actually is a slowdown, which I just predict a whole lot of sideways based on all of my economic buddies out there floating around, I think that if housing prices drop...
The economy is going to go sideways, or housing is going to go sideways?
They're both kind of doing that right now,
Okay.
in my ever so humble opinion. There's too much good news to offset the bad news. So, there's no real reasons unless something crazy happens, and we don't have anything going on in this country that could possibly qualify for crazy now, do we? But,
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump. Okay, so, there's enough crazy to go around.
Absolutely.
So, and everything can change on a dime. And
Or a
that's
tweet.
That's right. And I think that if you look
And
at
it usually does anymore.
Jeez, I know.
Holy cow.
This past year has been by far the weirdest year I have seen in the quarter century plus I've been doing real estate. Nothing is making sense. Nothing is happening when it's supposed to. A year ago, people were predicting that interest rates would be 5.5% to 6% at this point. What are they today, Ron?
You know, it's easy for me to go and just say, as of last Thursday, they were 3.64% was the Freddie Mac number.
Yeah, so that's really not 5.5% now,
No,
is it? So
1.72 a year ago at this time.
Yeah, so what everybody was thinking and what actually is happening are two completely different things. I think that if people want to say, yeah, are we due for a recession? Yeah, we're due. We've been due for a few years, but it hasn't been happening. I think the housing market is stable. I think that something keeps dinging in my ears, but that's okay. I swear it's Ron.
There's people talking in your head.
Dinging in my head. I think that the housing market is in a position that if the prices did go down, that they would only go down for a limited time, because I think there is a pent-up demand of people out there that would buy as soon as they could qualify. We have the millennials approaching, I want to say, is it 39 or 40 next year? And so you have a large demographic that's going to be getting into buying homes because they are going to start procreating maybe a little bit later time in their lives than, our generation back in the day.
Not going to be in mom and dad's basement forever.
No, and most of them are out right now. Most of them are renting, and they're going to be sick of paying those ridiculous rents. And a lot of them are making decent money, and especially when they're marrying or pairing up or doing whatever it is that they wish to do, and they start saying, I want to have a place with where I can have a dog and I can have kids and stuff like that. They're approaching the home buying age, and we're going to see as soon as the prices come down, I think that the market's going to pick right back up.
Do you think prices have to come down for that to happen?
No, we're seeing it. We had a huge pop, at least in the area that I worked. We had probably about a 15-20% reduction of inventory in 1 week last week. And
that's a big issue because it goes back to Economics 101, supply and demand.
Exactly. We're balanced right now. I think we have a balanced supply. Earlier this year, you couldn't give a house away, but that's localized. And that's something also that people really need to take.
Well, if you want to give them away, just call me.
I'll help you. I'll help you find one who's being given away. But I think that really, it depends on your news. And if people are listening to national news, listening to the macro numbers, it can be misleading if they're in.
Wait, back up.
Let me finish my sentence here.
The news can be misleading?
Well, it's a little.
What you said?
It's a little old. It's a little average across the country. What's happening in one part of the country doesn't necessarily dictate what's going on in our part of the country, our region, our city, your neighborhood.
Right.
Things can boil down to your neighborhood. So if you hear, the sales numbers are, really shooting up and everything's good and rosy, compared to last year. Well, it didn't take much to be good and rosy compared to last year, because last year, starting in June and July, the market just went completely soft. Prices did drop, at least in my area, and I'm sure they did in most other ones. But you need to be talking to somebody who knows your local market, because what you're hearing on the news is old news. What you're hearing on the news is usually national, which doesn't apply to your neighborhood. If you just, want to keep on top of what's happening on the economy, that's a great way to keep on top of it. But if you are in the market to buy or if you're in the market to sell, you need to know what's happening today. And you're going to find that from people such as Ron, people such as me. We keep up with people like Stephen Thomas, Reports on Housing, that does his figures off of actual active inventory and pending sales as opposed to stuff that, went into escrow 2 or 3 months ago and takes a month to get reported.
That's a big issue right there, Lisa, because I've got in front of me the CoreLogic National Home Price Index chart.
Yeah, what's the date on that?
Well, this is a fascinating subject, and the reason I use this one is the chart in front of me.
It's pretty, it looks like Christmas.
Yeah, basically it does. This one shows the last 5 recessions and the fact that real estate went up 3 out of those 5, and one was pretty basic. But even when when I report the CoreLogic numbers, exactly as you said, those are national numbers. And they generally takes them about 3 months to compile the numbers, and they're using a 3-month survey. So we're at the beginning of October. That means the numbers that come out sometime this month are going to be May, June, and July sales numbers.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a little old.
It's going to be a little old, and it's not reflective of what's going on in the market today. And this year we've been seeing a lot of really weird stuff. You can have a hot market one day, it'll just be cold the next, depending on the price range that you're looking at. One thing that I notice is really kind of interesting in the market that I work is anything over about 1.1 million is kind of slow. It's been picking up though. The lower end of the luxury market's been picking up a little bit, but the little condos are sitting. Just the little stuff, your 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, the stuff that somebody who's renting could think about getting into. That stuff's just kind of hanging out on the market. It's kind of that mid-range, your 400 to 750 area, and that's still pretty hot. If you price it right, and if you're selling, it's all about pricing. And you want to
price it right. You want to get a great realtor that can help you get it priced.
Realtor. We're going to teach you how to say
realtor.
Real? Tor.
Toro. Right, so we got to get someone that really knows what they're talking about in that marketplace, in your marketplace. So give me a call at 800-306-1990. Hey, the other place that you can get great information, just throwing this out there and it's free,
LisaDunn.net? I'm sorry.
SLT Home Digest. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. You put in the zip code where you're looking to buy, and it'll tell you maybe you want to go a mile away from there and the market's a little softer based on current data, days on market, things like that. So, but you never ceases to get great information when you just talk to one of the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today, and of course a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or meet any of our guests, if you want to meet Lisa Dunn, give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We will talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Tides that I tried to swim